Hey guys, and welcome to our playthrough today building the MS Westerdam from Holland America line. So, today's video is really boring to watch. Trust me, I know, I had to make it in real time. So right now, I obviously did a little bit of work since the last time, as in I finished up the balconies, like the base for them. The part that's going to be outside, because again, it was filling in wood, and I don't really think that even in the time lapse that's what you guys would want to watch. So, and even this I think is kind of boring. I had to make it. It took me about an hour and 20 minutes to do this. So right now, for actual time that I've put in, we're at about 5 hours flat of time put into the boat, and about 4 days. So the plan is to have the boat finished by 1 month from now, which would be May 15th. Which is pretty manageable if, I keep putting in about an hour and 15 minutes a day. It's pretty manageable to do because I'll have the time to do it, most likely. Schools are most likely not going back this year. So, we just put all of the doors and the glass in for the balconies today. So when you walk outside, usually in the balconies, it's just complete glass along that wall. And there's usually like a curtain there. So that's what we did today, is we put that glass in the door in so you can access the balcony. In the next episode, what we're going to do, and I'm having a debate about what do I want to do. I can either, number one, start working top down and put in the Lido deck, which is deck 9, above where the bridge is going to be. I can start working on that and start building the Lido market and stuff. The floor templates for all that. Or we can just go and we can fill in the floors for each of the decks. So we basically just say for deck 1, it's most likely going to be, all up, probably that oak floor for the rooms, because most of them have that kind of oaky looking floor, even though it's in a carpet. But I wouldn't do it in a carpet in Minecraft. It just looks better using the oak. This is closer to the actual color tone of what the actual rugs are on the Westerdam, at least as of 2020. So we went with the oak for the floors. So the first deck's most likely going to be that. Let me actually grab my deck plans here so I can see what we're working with. So yeah, the first deck is it's all staterooms except for the world stage in the front and the atrium, as well as guest services and future cruises. Which I'm having a bit of a debate about how do I want to build the world stage, because that's going to be a challenge. Like that, I haven't drawn anything out before. I've done some math to figure things out. Like I've written math out, but I haven't actually drawn anything out. Like I've just done math for it. The world stage, I'm going to need to experiment with a little bit. And I think that's going to be a fun video because, I can pull up some pictures and stuff of different examples of the world stage in the next video. Show you guys that, because that's kind of sloping. It takes 3 decks in the bow of the ship: main, lower promenade, and promenade or promenade. I don't even know how to pronounce it. So in deck 2 is kind of it's a deck with no staterooms on it. It's just the stuff, I guess. The world stage, casino, billboard on board, BB King's Blues Club, also America's Test Kitchen, Pinnacle Grip Bar and Grill, the Art Gallery, this Lincoln Center Stage, Dining Room, and the Explorer's Lounge, as well as the Gallery Bar. So those shouldn't be too difficult. Spacing them right so we have enough room to make everything realistic is going to be kind of difficult, but we're absolutely going to do our best with it. So then on the third deck, or the Promenade deck, we have the world stage, the Tasman Room, the Hudson, the Half Moon, the Studivant, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, which are all meeting rooms. Then we have the Marabella Luxury Collection, which are all shopping. Then we have Microsoft Studio, which is right next to the shops. And I'm very sad because my cruise on this boat in June to Alaska just got canceled because of coronavirus, and I'm very upset about that. So that was kind of random, but that's where also the glass elevators come on the outside of the boardwalk. Now, on the boardwalk, or the promenade around the boat, I was having some difficulties, because I could either keep the elevators in one so that you have 2 blocks to walk on, but it didn't look good. Or I could put them out by 2 and you only have 1 block to walk on, which looked a lot better. So I ended up doing that. But I also installed the glass elevators where they had to go from the last time. I don't know. Did I have that in the last one? I'm not sure. So then there was the ocean bar, or the ocean bar on the third deck, which is the final deck of the atrium as well. Photo shop, and then in the far aft of the boat is the dining room, which if you noticed in the last video, and I think I showed in this video, is when you're at the aft of the boat, there's that kind of white wall behind when you're walking on the promenade. That's where the dining room is. When you look out from the aft windows of the dining room, you're looking at the promenade. Fun little fact there. Then deck 4 is all veranda staterooms except for like 5 or 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 inside staterooms. I really didn't need to count that. Those are on the bow and aft before the cuts for the lifeboats are. Veranda deck, pretty much the exact same setup, except for the 2 pinnacle suites in the back and the aft of the boat, and the 2 signature suites in the bow. Upper veranda deck, in the cut-ins from the lifeboats or midship about, it is all the signature suites, except for 3 Neptune suites right to the aft of the glass elevators. And on the bow and aft, there are just some verandas and a couple of inside staterooms mingled in between. On the Rotterdam deck, or deck 7, we have, again, verandas in the bow and aft, except for in the bow, right on that curve between midship and where it goes bow, so it cuts out from where the lifeboats are, is the penthouse suites, which I'm actually going to need to, like, design out and look at, like, pictures, which I'm going to need to do for all of the rooms, but especially for that, because all the rooms, there's really not too much you can do with them in Minecraft. Unfortunately, there's just not that much customization options for a Minecraft build. But for the penthouse suite, because we have the room for it, there's a lot of different customization options that we can do. And then midship are all, they're all Neptune suites. I'm sorry, the penthouse suites are the pinnacle suites. My apologies. You know, there's a bunch of Neptune suites, then just verandas, and a bunch of inside staterooms on deck 7. Deck 8 is the navigation deck, where the bow is the bridge. There's a bunch of room where you'll see, I think, really soon. Yeah, I got sick of dealing with that old texture pack. So right there, as you can see on the 8th deck, there's that white space where there's no glass. That is where the officers' quarters are going to be. So that's where the crew's going to sleep that works on the bridge, you know, stuff like that. Now, another thing that I was thinking of that I never addressed was below the water line. Yes, I know I put deck 1 right on the water line, which was definitely a mistake. So, oops, my bad. Shouldn't have done that. But we have to work with it, because unless I want to, like, world edit the whole boat and, like, move it up, like 2 blocks, which I could do, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So we'll just make the boat go down a little bit, considering we have 90 blocks. I know it'll be a little bit off, but it's not the end of the world. So, because there's no deck A, but we'll make it work. So we're going to build the engine room eventually. That's going to be one of the last things that we do, because I'm not sure yet if I'm going to include the engine room, because I don't know if it makes sense to put in the engine room, because I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool to look at. It's not a place where most people like to spend their time when they're in a Minecraft boat. At least me, anyways. I spend more time checking out the passenger areas, because that's where you can actually go. Like, I downloaded a model of the New Amsterdam, which I'm going on in December to St. Thomas around Christmas time. You know, a lot of the Caribbean islands, or the Virgin Islands, my apologies. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be going with my aunt and uncle, and then my Alaska cruise is next summer on this boat, instead of this summer on the Westerdam. We might be going to Glacier National Park instead, which, pretty cool, definitely pretty cool. Or we'll be going to Florida, if provided coronavirus allows. So, I just went on a minor tangent. Back to deck 8. Is where the bridge is. And, you know, there's a bunch of veranda suites, signature suites. I don't think that there's any Neptune. No, there's 2 Neptune suites in the aft. I'm sorry, in the corners. The aft corners. Lido deck is one of my favorite spots on any Holland America boat. I absolutely love the Lido deck. I've been on only 1 Holland America boat, but we're currently planning 3 more cruises on Holland America at the moment. We're going to be taking one in December, as I mentioned, on the New Amsterdam most likely, or the Vendam, I believe, Vendam, to the Caribbean, or the Virgin Islands. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then we're taking one most likely next summer. Well, we are taking one next summer using our cruise credit to Alaska on the boat that we're building, the Westerdam. Then we're potentially going to be taking another cruise in April for my birthday, which is actually next Tuesday, or April 21st. So we might be taking that, in which case I would get to pick within reason the destination that we go, which I'd obviously want to go on a nicer boat. You know, maybe the new one, the Konings, or the Rindam, I believe it's called, the new one that's coming out. No, that's in Europe. That we're talking about doing that one the following summer on the Rindam, going to do a Icelandic cruise. So that'd be 4 cruises we're planning potentially. But yeah, for my birthday, I probably would pick maybe. I'd like to do the West Coast, Holland, America, but I don't know. Probably I'll end up just doing the Caribbean, or maybe a U.S. Canada or New England Canada cruise, because I live in New England, so it'd be nice to see it from the water. So yeah, as you can see, I said it was gonna be boring. We're getting done. Don't worry. I kind of went on a minor TED talk there. My apologies if you guys didn't find that interesting, but if you're still here, thanks for sticking through my beautiful TED talk. So back to the boat, deck 9, Lido deck. We have a meme in my family because the elevators were always like, they'd say deck 9, Lido, deck 8, navigation. And it was like that really relaxing voice. So whenever I say, like, I don't say the Lido deck, it's always deck 9, Lido. So I even put that in a little sign. I don't know if you guys noticed that. So deck 9, bow, is the fitness center and the greenhouse spa and salon, which shouldn't be too hard to do. I just scared myself. I literally moved my arm and didn't know what it was. I'm losing my mind. So then there's the wonderful hydro pool. Then if you walk out from there is the Lido pool, which just has a bunch of tanning areas, you know, I just forgot what they're called. Some lounge chairs, you know, to lay down. It's got the retractable roof, which is really nice. Very helpful for an Alaska cruise. Then there's the Lido bar on the port side and the dive-in on the starboard side. Then if you go through there, there's the glass elevators, you know, a little bit of storage space. Then if you go in, you will be inside of the boat now in the Lido market, where the Canaletto is in the evening on the starboard side. My apologies. Lido market was actually really, really, really good. Like, it wasn't a buffet setup. It was they, like, put whatever you wanted on your plate, which I think is much healthier than a buffet. Because there's no little kids like sticking their hands in the food or anything, and the lines aren't that long because the boats aren't that big. They're only like 2,000 people compared to like Royal Caribbean, like building a 7,000 person. Like, oh, what's the new one? I need to Google that now. Royal Caribbean's building a new boat. I know that. It's like the Odyssey of the Seas, which I kind of want to go on. I used to hate cruising, but I went on an Alaska cruise with Holland America, and it completely changed my point of view on cruising this summer. It was a fantastic experience. Holland America was absolutely fantastic. Very, very impressed with them. So, another minor TED talk. If you go out after the boat, there is the Seaview bar and the Seaview pool, which I believe is adults only. Although I am a little bit guilty of going in that area. I didn't go in the pool, but I did go into the whatever it's called, the back of the boat, the Seaview bar area. And I lounged in Glacier Bay. It was very nice. That was on the Eurodam I went. So as you can see, you're probably thinking, oh crap, you've got to build like the entire other side of the boat, but I'm just gonna copy paste it over because I'm big brain. I'm just gonna copy paste that entire other side of the boat over, rotate it, and there we go. But you have to copy the opposite side of where you're building. So like right there with the elevators, you have to copy the opposite side, so when it rotates, it's correct. That's a very, very important thing if you're using this to build your own boat, which I don't know why you would be. Why you would be. A little bit of a glitch there. I accidentally paused the playback. So it might now be behind like 5 seconds, or I might be 5 seconds ahead of what you guys are seeing when I'm saying it, but I don't think it matters that much. So, then on deck 10, there's some veranda staterooms and a couple interior staterooms, which I'd imagine is actually a really pretty view. Then there's that beautiful sliding dome cover for the pool. Then on the bow, there's the Explorations Central and Cafe / Crow's Nest, which I really, really liked. I liked that a lot. Very nice views, a lot of very interesting technology to find out where you are, your position. So then just after that is the loft, Club Hal at both sides, and then there's just a nice boardwalk area around the ship. Deck 11, which is not the highest up deck, contrary to popular belief. So, deck 11, we have the very, 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 very nice sports courts, which is literally just a tennis court with some basketball hoops. It was very cool to play basketball. See, though, I met somebody I was cruising out of Seattle, and I was up there, and I was just like vibing, cruising out of Seattle with this kid who I'd never met in my life. It's pretty fun. Then on the bow, they're not connected, obviously, so you have to like go down a deck. I believe down a deck. Let me make sure. It might be 2 decks. Nope, just down a deck, and you can get to the retreat and the observation deck on the bow, or the sports courts in the aft. My dog is throwing a nutty. What is out there that he wants? So here I'm just making sure that the entirety of the boat's done, which it just about is, except oh wait, I'm a little bit ahead of myself. Okay, no, never mind. Is UPS here? Bruh, okay. No, I don't know what he's losing this crap over. Oh, maybe it's my thing from Guitar Center. That'd be nice. But yeah, the Amazon boy will be here momentarily, so I'm gonna have to go suppress my dog from killing him. Oh my god. So... oh yeah, that's definitely my amp. So, hype is real now. I'm just gonna let my Doge deal with him. I'm sure you can hear him. So I'm not gonna touch that package because Corona. Don't touch your packages. Leave them outside for 24 hours if you can. Like if you need, like if it's on your front porch and you're worried and you have a backyard, put some gloves on. Like wear a mask if you have one. Like not an N95, but just a regular mask or a bandana. Bring it out to the back of your porch just so it's safe. So here, as you can see, there's the boat just about done. I didn't do the aft yet. Already mentioned that. There you go. Those little windows down there, that was just me experimenting what would look best. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching today. The support's been great. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye. It's been a ton of fun today. We'll see you later. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.